It's about 7:45 and I'm heading out from the RPH shelter. Had a nice night here last night, stayed warm and dry, and there was another thru-hiker here. His name was Texas, and he was pretty quiet, spent a lot of time just reading, but still nice to not be the only one. And it was a little hard getting up this morning. It's supposed to be clearing up, cloudy and a little bit warmer, but man, it's hard to get out of a nice warm bed, especially when you know you're going to be putting on cold, wet shoes and socks. And the funny thing is, on the trail, I don't know, when it rains, everything stays wet. It takes a few days, it seems, to get things really dried out, especially if it's overcast like it is today. So I actually have my rain gear on because I know as I brush up against bushes and things like that, I'm going to get more wet, and want to stay warm. It's only in the low 40s right now. The high today is supposed to be about 50, but hard to tell. Weather is unpredictable. I know it's a very inexact science, and forecasts always seem to change. So anyway, I am dressed to stay warm, and I am planning on hiking, at least attempting to hike, I guess I should say, to the Graymor Spiritual Center, which is about not quite 20 miles from here, and that'll be a pretty long day for me, but I can camp there for free, and shelters are few and far between. The next shelter, I think, is like almost 30 miles away, so it's a really odd spacing here in New York. But so that's my aim, and if I'm not feeling up to it, then I'll just stop and stealth camp somewhere. But originally I had planned to get to Fort Montgomery today with lopping off some miles yesterday and cutting down from 17 to 9, which I do think was a good choice given the weather, but even so, that leaves me an extra, what's my math, 8 miles that I need to do to get to Fort Montgomery, or to add on. So anyway, I'll probably end up just rolling in there, doing a Nero tomorrow. I'll look at things once I get into camp tonight, wherever I stop, and then decide what I'm going to do. This is the top of Shenandoah Mountain. Guthook says they're nice views from here, but they're completely obscured by the clouds. What is up here is a nice American flag, so that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, as soon as I took my phone out of my pocket, it slipped and I completely shattered the glass. So unfortunately, I was hoping to wait until I get back from hiking to get that fixed, but I guess I may have to stop somewhere and get it tended to sooner, because it's just completely shattered, unfortunately. It happens on the trail, especially when you have wet, slippery fingers. So anyway, I'm going to stop and take a quick break and shed a layer, because even though the sky's kind of misting on me, I am getting warm and I don't want to get overheated. Well, here's my first view of the day, looking out over a valley here. I'm kind of up on a ridge, and in just I don't know, 1/10 of a mile or so, I think I get a view of Canopus Lake, which I've been skirting for a while but haven't seen yet. Well, here's the view of the lake, and I guess I haven't been skirting it. Maybe I'm turned around a little because I'm going south instead of north, but there is a beach right down here, and there's camping for thru-hikers down that way. And there's also, as part of the state park, I believe it's Farnstock State Park. They also have a paid campground down at the other end of the lake, but that is closed for the season now. So this is originally where I was going to camp before I shortened my day yesterday. So now I'm headed onward to Graymor, hopefully. Let's see how the hike goes. Well, there's a lot to choose from here. It's assigned to the Appalachian Trail hikers camping area, concession stand, which is closed as of September 4th. A map of the whole trail area. And then also the snowshoe trail, which I have been kind of following for a little while. And I'm going to stick to the AT, which is that direction. Well, I just came through a pretty rocky stretch there, and now I finally got some flat trail. I was actually praying for flat trail, which is a good thing, and you can see where the reflection is. There's a lot of water just kind of sitting on the forest floor and in the trail. So it's still a wet day, even though the rain has finally stopped. A little bit of a road walk here at the other end of the lake. I was wrong earlier when I thought I was walking beside it and couldn't see it. I didn't start walking beside it until I got to the beach there. But this highway, we go about 0.1 to the sign down there in front of the cars, and then I go back into the woods. And I think I've done about a little over 6 miles so far, so I've got about 14 to go, but pretty confident that I'll be making it to where I'm going tonight. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So things are good so far. Except for breaking my phone. That's got me pretty bummed out, but that's life. Well, after I went by those cars at the end of the Canopus Lake, I was about 1.3 from Canopus Creek, where I stopped and had a quick lunch and filled up on some water. I passed a couple of hikers on the way down there. They passed me as I was taking my break, and then I passed them again when I got started. So we may be hopscotching today. They have small packs, so I'm not sure if they're out for an overnight or if they're doing a day hike or what. But anyway, we agreed we might see each other again, so that's cool. It's nice to know there are other people out on the trail. And as you can see, the terrain has changed a little bit. It's still kind of rocky, but the plants are very different than they were this morning. So that's always fun, just to keep things interesting. So that's pretty. Goes down to the creek down there. And I get two crosses, I think. Look that way, right over here. Yep, right here, and it's kind of swollen, so it's going to be fun. I'll be careful making my way across. I've passed several marshes today, and this is probably the best view of one I've had. All that grass down there, it's really pretty. I'm breathless. Definitely has some rocky trail today, and a lot of ups and downs. Doesn't look too steep, but if you look down that way, that's where I just come from. There's a road way down there that I crossed.